Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. So, on this session, we're going to jump right in. I had some technical difficulties, but that's life. Such is life, right? We can't let those type of things distract us. So, we're jumping right in on the Help a Founder Out session. And this conversation is going to be with a founder that I know, and I'm really, really, really excited about it. So let's jump right in. The question that, um, here's her question. What specific challenges are you facing? And here's the answer. I can say the challenges that I'm facing is knowing how to correctly promote my business. Due to being my first time business and new to business, I need to understand how to promote my business so that people can shop with me. You know what? That's a real thing. And we've all been there. We've all experienced our share of how do we make this happen? What do we do? How can we, get new customers? And so I'm so excited that, first of all, thank you for trusting me and even like allowing me to take this journey with you. So we're going to jump right in. And let's think about this from if I was starting my own wig business, right? That's how I want to talk about this. If I was starting my own wig business in 2024, I have broken down 4 steps in which you would take to get it started. Let's see. Let's make sure. So, if I was starting my business, because it seems as if you haven't made any sales and you're just getting started. So, an aspiring entrepreneur, but you've taken some steps already. Let's assume that you've taken some steps already and you've decided on the name. You clearly decided on what you're going to sell, which is wigs, hair extensions. And we know that that's $1 billion business, right? Hair in itself, but specifically wigs. We live in a culture now where everyone cares about protecting their hair, cares about their image, right? It is extremely important, and love to switch images. So you chose a great business, but the same way that it is extremely popular, in the same way that it is $1 billion industry, that comes with its own set of challenges, its own set of competitors, its own set of things that you should be aware of. So let's just jump right in. Step one, if I was starting a wig business in 2024, I would first start with understanding my target audience. And this may look like, who are the wigs for? Um, is it like a special occasion wig? Is it like um, have they been wearing wigs before, or are they new to the idea of wearing wigs, right? So understanding your target audience would absolutely mean understanding who are you getting to wear these wigs. So specifically me, I've never actually worn a wig. That doesn't mean I'm anti-wigs. I haven't learned that far, right? I'm not that advanced on the ladder. So Samela would not be your target audience, right? So is this moms? Is this church ladies? Is this high school students? Is this let's just say, for an example, let's say your person is, we're going to say, between the ages of 24 and 40. How about that? 24 and 40. They care about how they look. They like to be swagged out. They change their wigs. They have a few already, and so they are on the market for always having a fabulous wig, right? Okay, so now we understand our target audience. The next question would be, where do they hang out? What do they care about? What are their concerns when they're about to buy a wig? what are they thinking through? Do they look for the cheapest wig? Do they look for a length? Do they look for how fast it's shipped to them? Do they want it instantaneously and they would rather go to a beauty supply than have it shipped? Do they want to do like a lace front, or do they want it to be glueless, or like all those things? And I apologize that I don't know the very specifics on the types of wigs because I, again, have not worn one myself. But once you understand who they are, their spending and buying power, the frequency in which they purchase wigs, and where they hang out. And when I say where they hang out, I'm not saying like physically, I'm saying online, right? Because this means that you're building an e-commerce business and you need to be findable online, which we'll get to. That's step 3. And so now you've discovered that they hang out on TikTok in their ages 24 through 44. I believe that's what we said, 24 through 44. And they've have a few already, and now they're just kind of getting some more wigs, right? Beautiful. Now that we understand that, what type of content do you need to be thinking about, and who are you up against? So that's step number 2. Again, step number 1 is understanding your target audience. And because people skip this part, but this is the most important part. Once you understand your target audience, you can now speak to them in a way that feels natural, in a way that transitions well, right? They understand what you're speaking about because you are talking directly to them. You know, they hang out on TikTok. So step 2 is researching your competition and the price points, right? Because it's beautiful now that you understand where they are, but how much are they willing to spend on this wig? Well, they're willing to spend this based on, you're going to get these answers based on understanding what you're up against. So I would suggest, if I was doing a wig business in 2024, I would go to that platform. And in this example, we're saying TikTok. I would go to TikTok and say, who are all the wig businesses? Why are they trending? I would start reading the comments underneath their pages. I would see the type of content they're posting, right? Are they trying on the wig? Are they, what is their shipping like? What do people have to say about this wig? And how do people pay for it? How expensive is it? If you do not understand the price point in which your target audience is willing to spend, you may be missing out on sales because they're not going to spend. Let's say we did some research and we discovered that they are willing to spend $65 to $100 on a wig. But let's say you're priced at $250. You're not going to get sales because they don't understand why they would buy a $250 wig from you when in fact they have 5, 7, 12 other options that is in their price range and could potentially even be on the lower end of their price range, in that $70 range, right? So understanding what your competitors are doing, how they're selling, how they're pricing is going to be your best option. Once you start seeing what the similar products are doing, how much they're selling for, and what the customers are saying about it, you can begin to morph your conversation. How do you sell your wigs? How do you speak about it? What are the benefits? Meaning, you wear this and you look fabulous, or it's waterproof, versus the features. The features is it's a 27-inch wig and can be dyed in 5 colors, right? That's a feature. But the feature, again, is the length and the color. The benefit is it can get wet and it curls up, or you can blow dry it, or it could be dyed, right? Those are the benefits. What do they get once they buy your wig? What feeling are you invoking? When I build my businesses, I think about the idea of understanding that people purchase because they feel like it. That's it. That's the only reason why people purchase, because they feel like it. And when people purchase because they feel like it, they then have to, it's your responsibility to make them feel like it. That's it. You have to make them feel like buying a wig from you. I am understanding that there are challenges happening with the live. Let's see if I can send it. Maybe I can potentially send it to the young lady whose conversation this is. I apologize to stop briefly, but the whole point of doing this is so that the person who needs the information can join us. And so I'm going to send her the link. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Mm, got it. Now, back to it. I was all in it. So, what I was saying, the current frame is too low. Please set the frame. No quality. What I was saying is people purchase, and this is across any business. This is something for anybody to remember. People purchase things, spend money on things simply because they feel like it. Your responsibility as an entrepreneur is to make them feel like it. You have to invoke the feeling of I'm ready to buy by telling them what they're buying, what they get, and the feeling that they're going to have after it's purchased. You can think about it as they're on Pain Island over there. Oh my God, I wish I had better hair. I'm so tired of putting all this heat on my hair. I want a more protective style. I'm traveling and I don't have the opportunity to keep up with my hair. So I would like a wig that will be versatile, right? Like these are the things that they're navigating through, that they're thinking through, that they're challenged with. You now have to say, this wig is going to go with you through water, through heat. It's glueless, it's easy to install, and you can look like this, this, and this. And the shipping is X amount of time, right? So you have to speak to the pain. My allergies just do whatever they want to do. You have to speak to the pain. I think I would sneeze. This is wild. You have to speak to the pain that they, i.e., your target audience, which you figured out in step one, is having. Then you have to understand what you're up against, who is also selling the similar item, which is step number two. And then once you do all of that, now you can have enough information to ensure that you are findable. Step number three is making sure that you are findable. Once you start making sure that you are findable, this can be Instagram, this can be Facebook, this could be your website, this could be TikTok. You just have to make sure that when they look for you, they can find you consistently. But not just finding you, they need to understand what you're selling when they do find you. What type of content are you posting on your pages or on your website, wherever your main stream of e-commerce, right? Like is, you need to make sure that your users understand clearly you have enough content, you have enough videos. You answer the questions that they're going to ask you long before they ask. Do not wait for the questions. So if that means having a FAQ section on your page, that's what you need to have. A FAQ section on your page. If that means putting the wig on, recording yourself putting the wig on, recording yourself getting out of the water with the wig being wet, recording yourself blowing the wig out, recording yourself using mousse, whatever it is, you need to give real live examples of what they are going to experience once they find you. So let's recap. Step one, understand who they are. That's going to help you drastically with your sales because you're going to be able to talk directly to your target audience. Step two, how do they usually buy? Who do they buy from? What do they care most about when they're about to buy? Step three is be findable. So you need to have a presence, an online presence, and when they find you, you need to tell them something awesome. Tell them why they should choose you. Invoke the feeling of, I purchased that because I felt like it, and that's going to be your brand messaging. That's going to be your tutorials. That's going to be the examples. That's going to be the reviews that people write when they say that they love your product. That's going to be you being the walking billboard for your product, right? These are all the things that you have to do as an independent business owner. I know, that's a lot. Let's take a moment, breathe. That's a lot, but guess what? Anything great that's worth having is going to take some work. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's it. And I remember this one saying, and it punches me in my stomach every time I say it. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Do not wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Whew. That's something, right? That is something to make your spirit say, And the more you let that process, we do have another step, and we're going to wrap up soon. But the more you allow that to process, the more you challenge yourself to stretch. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, we have to stop because it's going to happen, and it happens to me frequently. Those sounds in our head, those negative thoughts, those fears, those imposter syndrome thoughts, those limiting thoughts, you have to quiet those immediately because every day you have to get up and be excited about what you do. You have to get up and be excited about the business that you're building. You have to be excited about the things that you have coming to life. And once you're excited about those things and everything that you're building, it's going to show. People are going to be drawn to you because you're speaking from a place of truth. You're excited about what you're doing. You're telling them something that they didn't even know was possible. And you're doing it in a way that they feel understood because you understood who your target audience was. You understood what they were frustrated with the other competitors, and you understood how much they were willing to spend. And you made content and information so that you answered all of those questions prior to them even asking. And so now it's almost like a no-brainer because, oh my goodness, look at this price. I would totally spend this price for this. And it does this. Oh my God, this is amazing. So that's that feeling, invoking that feeling for them to purchase. That's what that's about. Step number 4. Once you understand these things, you absolutely, in the day and age of 2024, you have to set up funnels, automations, systems, emails. There should not be a gap in between communication. So Now I'm excited because I know where to purchase. Now I'm excited because I know how much it costs. Now I'm excited because it's going to get to me in time right before this vacation, and it's going to give me the look and I could dye it. But what does it look like when I'm about to press the purchase button? What is that user experience from viewing, understanding, reviewing the product to purchasing the product? What do they click? When they click, how many steps is it from clicking to purchase? Do they get a confirmation email saying, thank you for your purchase? This is when it's on the way. Do they get a, hey, your package is on the way? This is the tracking number. Do they get a, hey, your package was delivered? Let us know your thoughts. Do they get a, hey, we know that you got your package. Send us a picture, girl. We can't wait to see it, right? What is that experience like after they've purchased with you? What are they get? What for me, that's relationship building and automations, and that's equally as important because maybe you do have somebody who randomly just started buying wigs. Yours just so happened to be priced right, and a friend told them about you, right? And so now they're ready to purchase, but the purchasing experience is cumbersome. It's 12 steps. What is your email? What is your phone number? What is your address? What is your this? It's like 20 steps, and actually I don't feel like doing it because now this place has a one-click purchase. A lot of the e-commerce platforms that you build websites on has made sure that those steps are fewer and shorter, but then you have to pick it up with the communication after the purchase because the goal there is to make them a purchaser again, make them a continual customer. When you launch a new line, or when you have a new wig, or when you have a new color or new style, right? And the only way that you can do that is by collecting the data up front long before. Do not, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's what it really is about. If you stay ready, you're not going to have to get ready. So you need to lay this whole funnel out, this whole process. Who it's for, how much they're going to spend, who you up against, what are you telling them, where do they find you at, where do they purchase at, and after they purchase, what does that relationship look like? So those are the 4 steps for if I was starting a wig business in 2024. I know it's a lot of information. I oftentimes have helped startups. I'm a startup myself, by the way, but this is like my second startup. So I've helped clients, early entrepreneurs, set up their automations, but they generally do step 1 through 3 long before I even came in the door, and they're just ready to kind of like set up their social media automations, set up their email automations, right, so that they can communicate. It's more like a client relationship strategist neighborhood. That's what I specialize in because my background is hospitality, guest relations, customer service. I know that you're going to do great things. I know this is a lot of information, and I know the feeling of being overwhelmed will rise very quickly. When that comes up, it's your responsibility to woosah. Remember why you're doing this, and remember that if it was easy, everybody would do it. And get back to it. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. You got this. Let me know how I can help. I hope today's episode of Help a Founder Out has been extremely helpful to the viewers, those who are going to watch this later, the young lady who's starting the wig business. In the meantime and in between time, be great. We'll talk soon. Bye.